The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Judd Surratt and Bob Beers.
Tonight, the Boston Bruins are looking to win back-to-back road games and take a 3-1 lead in their first-round series against the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Leafs are expected to have William Nylander back in their lineup tonight. He won't be the only change, as Toronto is aiming to send the series back to Boston, tied at 2. Along with Bob Beers, I'm Judd Surratt. We welcome you inside the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario. And we welcome you once again to the Duncan Bruins pregame show. Brad Marchand sparkled in Game 3, notched a pair of goals, including the third-period game winner. Head coach Jim Montgomery marvels at the captain's game.
I just think there's a burning intensity in him to win. And he doesn't care about what just happened. It goes good or bad, it's gone. He's on to what's next.
Yeah, with Brad Marchand, you know, I think there were a couple people looking at him maybe the first couple games saying, okay, we need a little bit more from him. He's picking up points. He had a pretty good start to this one. But I had a couple people ask me today, like, what changed with Marchand this morning when I was here for the morning skate? I'm like, well, I mean, he's always been there. I don't know. You know, he got rewarded for it a little bit more the last game with a couple of big goals and a couple of big plays. And, you know, he was involved. He's been under the skin of guys. You know, guys like Domi and Bertuzzi, I mean, they've both taken slashing penalties on him in the first 2 games of the series. And then, of course, him and Bertuzzi got locked up there in that second period when Trent Frederick was able to come down and score. And there was a lot of complaining that was being done about that. And, if they had called both guys to go to the box, that goal never happened. So I could see that. I didn't see it one-sided. You know, I thought Bertuzzi kind of flopped a little bit on it, and they were matched up, and they were going at it and kind of, you know, giving each other whacks or whatever. So, you know, that's the only thing I would look at on that. I think Brad Marchand has toed the line perfectly this series in terms of how he's played. He has not done things after the whistle. You know, the slash by Domi was off of a face-off. The slash by Bertuzzi was well after a whistle, and Marchand was skating away from a scrum. So, you know, that's undisciplined. He's had discipline in this series, and the Bruins have been the better team on the power play.
The Bruins' man advantage has tallied 5 times on 10 chances thus far in the series, and Montgomery said this is why both units are rolling.
I just think the pace with which we're playing with, pucks are moving, people are moving off the puck. It's what we were trying to do for those 12 games. And I just think also splitting up the units, it created inner competition. It also freed people's minds of like, oh, I got to get the puck to Pastrnak, I got to get the puck to Marchand. You know, it was the same old. Now it was fresh.
Yeah, I think one of the words that Jim Montgomery used over the last couple of days was stale. It got stale, and it lasted for a while. They stuck with it. They tried to in the regular season. They tried to keep going back to it, and it was ugly at times. You know, they had some opportunities at times, but it got ugly at times. You know, whether it was entering the zone, attacking, or once they got in the zone, what they were doing in those areas. And so it needed to change, and they were stubborn with it. They wanted to keep it together with Marchand and Pastrnak on that top power play unit. Now they don't have a top power play unit. The top power play unit is the one that's scoring. And right now it's Marchand and McAvoy. And I know Pastrnak was on the ice for that goal the other day that Jake DeBrusk scored on the power play. It was actually on for an empty net power play goal too. But it's been the Marchand unit that's been more effective here to start these playoffs, and they've been good. They've moved the puck around. They've gotten in the zone fairly easily. And Toronto's penalty killing is not where it needs to be. They're going to make a couple changes in their lineup here today, hoping to get a little bit more, putting Brody back in the lineup, it looks like, on the back end. You know, he's a guy that's got a lot of experience on that back end. We'll see how effective he can be taking out Liljegren back there. But the Bruins, just because they've been good for the first 3 games of this playoff, does not mean they're going to be good here tonight. This is it's a whole new game. It's a whole new day. Toronto game plans, the Bruins have to make sure that they match it.
By the way, Jeremy Swayman, first out on the ice for the Boston Bruins. Jake DeBrusk has 3 power play markers for the Bruins, and he leads all players in the series with 3 overall goals, and he seems to play his best in the playoffs.
I think it's probably another level. I mean, obviously you try to get better and better each game this time of year. It gets only harder from this point on, but I think that it's exciting. It's a clean slate, 0-0, and you're playing for your life. So I think it's just a matter of, like I said, you're just trying to get better and better. I think there's still lots of room to grow, especially 5-on-5. But at the same time, it's we gotta be ready for the response. Obviously, they don't want to go down 3-1. So it's going to be the best game of the series.
There's areas that they're going to want to clean up, but as far as Jake DeBrusk is concerned, 3 power play goals so far. Tried different people there over the last couple of seasons. DeBrusk has been in, he's been out, he's on the second unit. They've had him on the half wall or the elbow, and now I think he's more suited to be near the front of the net, which is where he's most effective. After the shot's taken, he's quick on pucks to keep them alive so that the Leafs can't get there and clear it. He's good around the front of the net, and we've seen him score a couple goals different ways right now. He had to shorten up on the stick when he got that pass from Marchand back at the TD Garden. With a game that he had 2 goals. He also arced into the right wing circle to get the shot away. And then last game, game 3, good battle along the wall by others that were out there, including Marchand and Coyle and Pastrnak, to get that puck free. And then Marchand attacks, gets the shot. And because they're so aggressive and because they're so overloaded, Toronto is in that situation. DeBrusk gets lost and he's able to get to the front of the net, kick the puck up to his stick, high-end play, quick skate, stick, and quick shot past Samsonov.
Kevin Shattenkirk said the Bruins know what to expect tonight.
We know that they're going to come out with a lot of desperation, and I think our job is to match that and then go about it. I think the way we came out in Game 2 after winning at home, it wasn't acceptable. I think we came out slow and tried to get the game back later. And again, credit to them. They knew how important that game was. So we're not looking to make that same mistake tonight. And we kind of do look at every game as make or break. I think we want to treat it that way. And as series go longer and deeper, that next game gets harder to win. So it's going to be a good one tonight.
The Bruins owned the way that they played Game 2. They didn't like their game at all in that one. And they still feel they have a ways to go to get to their overall game, their best. The thing that I like best about the Bruins in Game 3 was the battles that they won. And I think that's an area that has to be front and power play goal, we just talked about it, battle along the wall, win the battle, all of a sudden you're emerging with the puck, get the shot away, get the rebound. The other one was Heinen and Frederick in behind the Leafs net. There were 3 Maple Leaf players back there trying to get that puck and take it away from them. It was Liljegren, it was Matthews, and it was Edmondson. And Danton Heinen emerges with the puck. That's something that has to happen. If they're going to double team and they're going to try to overwhelm you with layers in those situations where they've got 2 or 3 guys in that area, you've got to win battles. And that's exactly what the Bruins did in both of those situations, and both of them result in goals.
Here's what's brewing. Introducing Sparked Energy by Dunkin', available in 2 delicious flavors, Berry Burst and Peach Sunshine. Drop by or order on the Dunkin' app today. Fruit flavored, contains 0% fruit juice, caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Later on the Dunkin' Bruins pregame show, we'll take a look around the NHL where the Islanders found a way to extend their series.
Horvat from a tough angle. Now Bortuzzo on the drive. Score! The Islanders stay alive.
We'll hear from head coach Jim Montgomery.
I think that we've improved in our battle level. I think our puck support is better, and I think we're spending a little more time in the offensive zone, but we need to continue to improve that.
And up next, we'll take a closer look at the Leafs.
The shot went off a glove, a centering pass. Scores! Morgan Riley sending it to the net, and Bertuzzi chipping it home.
That's coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Every day, Ferguson works with people transforming the world we live in, and we bring them the products, tools, experience, and scale to make complex projects simple, successful, and sustainable. Ferguson. Together, we build better.
Set yourself up for success sooner than later.
After graduation, when I got my first official full-time job, I realized punctuality is imperative.
It wasn't until I was a parent when I realized being reliable is critical.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't until I retired when I realized how essential it is to be health conscious.
Steve Lewis & Company. Invest with confidence, helping you plan a brighter future.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions.
Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Camp gets it down into the Boston zone. Around the boards it'll come, and the Bruins will get it out at center ice and flip it to the Leaf blue line. And the final seconds will tick down in a 4-2 Boston victory against Toronto in game number 3. Welcome back to the Duncan Bruins pregame show here tonight. The Leafs are going to have William Nylander back in their lineup, and Leafs head coach Sheldon Keefe said Nylander impacts all aspects of the team's game.
Very important player for us in many regards. Getting him back would be important, but obviously getting him to full health and making sure he's ready to step into a series of this caliber and this time of year and all that kind of stuff, that would be the next step.
Top 10 in scoring in the league. I guess he's going to make an impact, right? Getting back in the lineup. Where's his health? We don't know. We don't know what was wrong with him, and they were very tight-lipped about it. He was skating and practicing, not maybe with the team, but with some of the extras. The last couple days with the team, including this morning. So it's, who knows what was wrong with him, but what he does in the game is impactful. I mean, he's a really good player. He's slick. He's smart. He can make high-end offensive plays. He can get a little lax in the defensive zone, so you try to take advantage of him in that area, try to take away some of that time and space. But he is shifty, and he's a smart hockey player. And right now, it looks like they're going to try to spread it out. So you've got the Matthews and Bertuzzi and Domi line playing together. You've got Marner playing alongside Tavares, and it looks like they're going to play Nylander on what we'll call a third line. So we kind of Keefe is kind of spreading out the offense, and that can always change. You can always, after an icing call or whatever, we see Matthews and Marner hop on the ice together. So there's a lot of different options that they have, but he'll help their power play. Even though the power play was a little stagnant late in the season and has been quiet here in the playoffs so far, these first 3 games, he's somebody that can ignite it. You talk about a fresh face in there, and the plays, the high-end plays he's capable of making. I think that's where kind of keep an eye on him and see where he's most dangerous. So the Bruins have to be aware how they deploy their lines or their deep pairs against a spread-out offensive lineup is going to be something to keep an eye on. But the fact that you had 2 days off before this game, you've got 2 more days off before the next game. The horse is on the back end for the Bruins. I expect to see a ton of ice time.
Keefe outlined what went wrong for the Leafs in Game 3.
There's a few things. Obviously, again, there's just little mistakes at very important times that end up in our net. But in general, I just didn't think we got to our game nearly as much tonight as we did in the others. Credit to Boston, played hard, made it hard to get to the neutral zone. I didn't think we did enough to manage through that.
I think that's been one of the Bruins' strong points. There hasn't been a lot of speed through that neutral zone. So when there is, I'm talking when the Bruins are playing defensively against Toronto, when there is, it's noticeable. but it hasn't happened that much. The Bruins haven't given up very many odd man rushes. Have they given up breakaways? Toronto gave up 2 last game, right? So, they've tried to limit those odd man rushes, and more than the breakaways, but, the 2-on-1s, the Bruins did give up 1 or 2 of those last game to Matthews, in fact, coming down his offside, and he ripped one off the post to the blocker side of Swayman. So that's still an area you have to be aware of, but I think the Bruins have generally done a good job in the middle of the ice at not allowing the Leafs to come at them with speed. Toronto can possess the puck in the offensive end. They're good with that. They can make plays in that offensive end. It's up to the Bruins to try to keep the high danger chances to a minimum, keep them to the outside, let Swayman see the shots, make sure there's only 1 shot and not a rebound. There were a couple rebounds last game. And then when you have an opportunity to push Toronto, if you get a lead, Toronto's been really good so far at not cheating. But if you get a lead on them, you might see them start to cheat a little bit and some of those battles down low to get out of the zone.
Keefe is counting on both of his special teams units to be better in Game 4.
We get to 2 tonight. Power plays needs to get you 1, to get you to 3, if not 4. And then it's a good night offensively in the playoffs against an elite defensive team like they are, and with the type of the game that it is. So that's a big part of it. Power play's got to find ways to get one. I thought power play was all right tonight. We had some good looks and tight around the net that we didn't make good on. But we got to find a way to get those in, and then at the same time, obviously, need to kill. So, special teams again, major factor in the game tonight. We just got to do a better job of the details. If you break down each goal, each goal we've given up is a different mistake at a different time. Today, we're stealing the wall, we lose a battle, and get beat 3-on-1 coming off the wall. Can't happen. So. Little details inside of that like I say, it hasn't been the same thing. It's been different things that have led to goals against, but we got to find a way through that.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. Each goal in the power play has been something different, and we just talked about all 3 of DeBrusk's goals and what they've done. What he's done with those. Shorten up on the stick to get that pass in front. Nice pass from McAvoy at the point down to Marchand. And then across to DeBrusk to finish it off. DeBrusk with a shot from the right wing circle as he arcs into that circle, and you've got traffic in front of the net, so it beats the Samsonov blocker side. And then the goal last game on the rebound, getting to the front of the net after the Leafs lose a battle, the Bruins win a battle along the wall. So, yeah, there's been some different looks and different goals, and he's talking about his power play. They're dangerous. I don't care what their numbers are. You have to make sure you stay out of the box against them. It's only a matter. You would think that it's only a matter of time before they break out. If they do, then it's a huge weapon for them.
Time for the Ketchislaw Health Report. Justin Brazo out with an upper body injury. Matt Patra is on LTIR after shoulder surgery. Ketchislaw, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins, has won over $2 billion for its clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Ketchislaw. There's no fee unless you win. Go to Ketchislaw.com to schedule your free consultation today. Brendan Glasheen has your Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
The Honda you want is here. Now's the perfect time to drive in the moment with the rugged and capable Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Find your adventure with great offers now available on the Honda you want. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Passport or Ridgeline and a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Pilot.
See dealer for financing details.
Every day, Ferguson works with people transforming the world we live in. And we bring them the products, tools, experience, and scale to make complex projects simple, successful, and sustainable. Ferguson. Together, we build better.
Before Shopify, were you wondering, where are my sales at? Now you're selling with Shopify, the global commerce platform supercharging your selling. You have no problem selling online, in person, on social media, and beyond. Gary, easy on the cha-ching.
Oh, sorry, but my Shopify sales are through the roof.
Start selling with Shopify today and discover how millions of businesses around the world use Shopify to ignite their selling. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.
The games play here.
Right back, Marchand. Here's it. the left corner. Krejci's got it. Right circle, Pastrnak fires, he scores! David Pastrnak! Jones under center, a give to Stevenson, runs it through the right side. Go! Goal, bounces outside the 20, goodbye to the 10, to the 5, end zone bound! Patriots take the lead! Touchdown, New England!
Bang, bang, 2!
You're listening to The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
Celtics Heat Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Playoffs first round down in Miami. Seas are cruising in South Beach, 91-64. Fourth quarter has about 9 minutes to go. The series tied 1-1. Boston aiming for a 2-1 lead. You can listen to the remainder of the Celtics on our sister station, Rock 92.9. The NFL Draft wrapped up today in Detroit. Patriots were busy on day 3. They selected Texas A&M guard Layden Robinson in the 4th round. They also snagged Central Florida wideout Javon Baker in the 4th. New England also selected another quarterback, Tennessee QB Joe Milton, in the 6th round. Red Sox over at Fenway today demolished the Cubs.
chill when your friend bets against your team and the friendship. Or choose chill because you're drinking Coors Light with your buddy. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub. A Beasley Media Group station.
Welcome back to the Duncan.
Well, thank you for asking. I appreciate it. But yeah, it was wonderful. You know, my nephew, my sister is 16 years older than me. And so my nephew's 42. He picked me up and we went and had lunch together and spent a couple hours together. It was nice.
Brad Marchand was fabulous in Game 3 with a couple of goals and an assist. There are great players in general during the regular season. And then when it comes to the playoffs, there are also great playoff players. What makes Brad Marchand so good when the games mean the most?
Well, he's one of those guys that finds another level. Like, you don't think a guy could compete harder when you watch him than he does in the regular season, but he finds another level. He loves the inner battles of the playoffs, and he loves trying to propel his team and inspire his teammates.
David Pastrnak's getting a lot of attention, understandably so, from the Toronto Maple Leafs. So when that's the case, what's available to his line mates?
A little more space, and you know they got to look to be a little more selfish because clearly they're aware of where he is in the offensive zone and off the rush.
Jake DeBrusk has 3 goals in this series, all of them on the power play. When he's got the hot stick, is there something in his game that changes?
Yeah, I think it's just his tenacity on pucks. Like, he's been relentless on pucks. He's winning.
Some of the changes and how it alters your group when you move Frederick and Geekie around. What does it do for your group when you add Lohrei and Wotherspoon to your back end?
Well, I think it gave us a lot of energy because they were so excited to play their first game, and it gives us, 2 good puck-moving defensemen.
You mentioned the other day that our transition, whether it's offense to defense, defense to offense, has to be a heck of a lot better. How does that have to look here tonight?
Well, if you see, we look fast on TV, and you're watching upstairs and, calling the game, and you see that it looks like we're getting the spots and we look fast, well, then our transition has been good.
Last thing, Monty, you're up 2-1 in the series. But that said, it seems like the team is continually built. What still haven't you seen from your group you'd like to see here in Game 4?
More grade A scoring chances, 5-on-5. I think that we've improved in our battle level. I think our puck support is better, and I think we're spending a little more time in the offensive zone, but we need to continue to improve that.
Good luck tonight here in Game 4.
Thank you.
That's the head coach, Jim Montgomery. Stay with us. The Bruins and the Maple Leafs are coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito. Shot. No! It's all tied up. Bam! Neely. Wow.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Charlie McAvoy, an overtime winner.
The Bruins are brought to you by Duncan. America runs on Duncan. Apex Entertainment Center, VA New England. Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlet. Live Nation. Nissan. A Video Bank. Massachusetts Health Connector. Peerless Boilers. Coors Banquet. And by Shaw's and Star Market.
A standing
St. Thomas.
Jeremy Swayman celebrates his first NHL shutout.
And by Catches Law, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Town Fair Tire, Removal Pro, Prince Edward Island, Canada, your New England Ford dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, UMass Lowell, Timberline Construction, Service Credit Union, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 104th backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque.
Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
The Boston Bruins are headed to the Stanley Cup Final for the third time this decade.
Now, here's Judd Surratt and Bob Beers.
The Boston Bruins are going to try and take a 3-1 lead in their opening round series against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jeremy Swayman is going to get the start here tonight, and he'll get the nod in back-to-back games. He has only allowed 3 goals in his 2 starts thus far here in the series. We'll drop the puck here in Toronto when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
Before Shopify, were you wondering, where are my sales at? Now you're selling with Shopify, the global commerce platform supercharging your selling. You have no problem selling online, in person, on social media, and beyond. Gary, easy on the cha-ching.
Oh, sorry, but my Shopify sales are through the roof.
Start selling with Shopify today and discover how millions of businesses around the world use Shopify to ignite their selling. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Your dog knows spring is coming, and warmer weather means that fleas and ticks are coming back. Fleas are an itchy nuisance. Ticks are even worse. PetMeds pharmacists connect directly with your vet to save you time and deliver the best flea and tick products for your pet. PetMeds offers low prices on all flea and tick meds, including NexGard, Simparica, and more. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code MUSIC to save 40% on your first auto ship order.
Every day, Ferguson works with people transforming the world we live in, and we bring them the products, tools, experience, and scale to make complex projects simple, successful, and sustainable. Ferguson. Together, we build better.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Right now here in Toronto, the Bruins and the Maple Leafs are saluting Bob Cole, the legendary voice of Hockey Night in Canada, passed away at the age of 90 on Thursday. He was a giant in Canadian broadcasting and captured decades of iconic hockey moments. His voice, the timbre, the timing, sense of drama, and simplicity elevated the game and its players to hallowed status. His play-by-play, it sang. The pride of Newfoundland, all the best to his family.
Your iconic voice will live on in our hearts forever. Thank you, Mr. Bob Cole. We now ask that you please rise if you're able to. Remove your hats and join Natalie Morris in the singing of our national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave on the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada.
In, far side, Lindholm. He'll crank it off the glass, and it bounces up the left side, back into the Leafs end. No icing here. Riley back to get it, scraped it around. This won't get out. Coyle, right hash. Coyle battling in the right corner with Bertuzzi. Coyle, 1 assist thus far here in the series, held in right point. Carlo fires just wide. Got a lot on that wrister. Back of it now, Coyle. Coyle bounces off a check. Bruins making a change up top.
Right there. Matthews comes over to help.
Bottom near circle, Riley. He'll bang it around to the far side. Domi's got it. He's tied for the team lead with Matthews with 3 points in the series. Bertuzzi pulls it in. Got hit after he did by Carlo. Up the far side, the Bruins give it away. Marner out in front. Poke check to the high slot. Held in at the near point by Benoit. Hacked over to the near side. The Bruins throw it out to center ice. We're a minute into game 4 and scoreless as this puck is chipped off a Bruins stick and onto the Boston bench.
Yeah, Carlo made a good play there. Then he tried to just tap a pass behind him, but that was picked up. But the Bruins do a nice job converging and taking that puck away. You know, just going back to that situation in the offensive end, you mentioned Coyle with 1 assist. They didn't initially give it to him, but he deserved it. That was on the goal by Jake DeBrusk last game, the power play goal. But he's down there and he's battling one-on-one with one of the defensemen, and all of a sudden here comes Matthews, and it's just isolated. Now it's 2 against 1 down there. So the Bruins support-wise, that has to be there for them, but if they're making a line change, that's hard to have that.
Face off in front of the Bruins bench, Jake DeBrusk. Poke check to drag it in. High slot, he'll try and tap it down low, scooped up by Nyes. He opened the scoring in game 3. He'll drive it to the far side. McAvoy with a hit on him. Sent right circle. Tavares tried to backhand it in front. Flipped over to the near side, and Marner lost an edge. Along the near wall, Pastrnak able to bang it free. He'll lob it high out to center ice. Grabbed by DeBrusk. Knocked down by Tavares. In front of the Leafs bench, it's Nyes. Chipped it to the near circle in the Bruins zone. The Leafs making some changes. Lohrei up the right side. He'll guide it out to center ice. Puck sent back into the Bruins zone. It's Lohrei. He played just over 14 minutes in his Stanley Cup playoff debut in Game 3. He came in when Grzelcyk was scratched in the lineup. Now Järnkrok back at his net. Rims it around. Wotherspoon took a hit. And then he drives it back into his own end. 17:55 left here in the first and scoreless. Here's Frederick right point. Shot it back. He's got 2 goals in the series. And a huge one in Game 3. Shattenkirk wheels in, shoots, and it got blocked coming in. There was no one coming at him.
Nobody even near him. He had a full lane right to the net. That puck hit a skate in front. I believe it hit Riley's skate.
Here's William Nylander. Lost his footing on at center ice and went spinning down.
Got a pretty good ovation coming out for his first shift.
Nylander, in his last 11 games of the regular season, I understand it's the regular season, it was a slow ending for him, 4 assists. He has been a terrific playoff performer in the past for Toronto. Beecher hacked it up right wing. 2-on-1, right circle, it's Maroon. Pulls, and he had his pass attempt taken away by McCabe.
McCabe slid. He timed his slide perfectly. I think Maroon had a saucer pass. Had he been able to get it, he's coming in on his off wing that time. Available to him. The saucer pass was there.
Here's Boquist. Flick the backhand up the far side. And Maroon will chip into the far corner. The Bruins going to chase. Far corner Edmondson. Mobs Boquist. And Matthews out on the ice. He snags the puck. He'll wheel ahead. 4-on-3. Dumped it into the right corner. Back of the net. Lindholm took a hit. It's set out in front. Right point, it's Brody. Making his debut in the series. 16.5 left here in the first, and we're scoreless. Carlo up the middle. Bruins making a few changes as they're coming up ice.
Too many men.
Got to be careful. And they're going to get flagged.
Yeah,
right circle, it's Marchand. He walks in.
No, it's obvious. It's too many men.
And now the call is made. Ellie Sutherland is barking at the Bruins bench.
Oh, there were 6 out there for a while. Carlo's got, so Marchand hops on the ice. Carlo's got the puck. He's got him up on the left wing, but the puck hits a skate and it goes over by the Bruins bench. You can just count them. There's 6 guys out there.
Technically, this is the 3rd bench minor that the Bruins have had for this in the series.
It's an obvious call, an easy call. Shattenkirk. Nylander out there.
Boyle in for the draw against Tavares. It's whacked into the slot. The Bruins have it. Marchand up the far side. Over the red line. Over the blue line left side. He'll cut to the middle. Shoots. Blockered aside by Samsonov. Marchand in the slot got knocked down. Coyle pulls it. Sent it left to the net. Here's Marchand. Far corner. Bruins are killing this penalty. 200 feet away from their net. And now it's jammed by Coyle back into the Bruins zone. McAvoy with a little space. He'll fire it up the middle into the far corner. Samsonov got it. Back of the net, Samsonov. 1:25 left on the penalty to the Bruins. Morgan Geekie serving. We're scoreless. 15:38 left here in the first. Matthews up the middle. Over the red line, over the blue line, left side. He spreads it to Tavares. The Bruins mob him up top. Get to a loose puck. Drill it up right wing and down.
Good pressure at the right time there by Brandon Carlo. They moved up the ice the way that they wanted to, but as soon as they got to the blue line, Carlo converged.
Riley feeds it back into his own zone for Marner. He'll wheel ahead. 1 assist thus far in the series. It came in Game 3. Bertuzzi up top for Riley. Rink wide Nylander. Across. Marner into the slot, and it's fanned on by Bertuzzi, who lost his footing.
It's a good setup, though.
Near side. Bruins trying to free a puck. Beecher gets a piece of it. Beecher near side had his stick chopped, and then he pounds it up right wing and down.
Yeah, Carlo and Beecher combined to get that puck out. That was a good passing play set up in the middle there for Bertuzzi.
30 seconds left on the Bruins penalty for too many men. Scoreless. Just under 15 minutes remaining in the first. Here's Robinson center circle. Leaves it for Domi. Coughed it up, and the Bruins chip it out to center ice. If they got that to Marchand, he's all by himself. Puck slammed over to the near side. Held in by Robertson. Shoots. Swam in the pad. Save. Back of the net. Bertuzzi banks it up to the far side. Domi right hash. Shoots off of Swayman's right shoulder. This puck comes out, and the Bruins are going to kill off this first penalty. Geekie is out of the box. Here's McCabe, center circle. He'll fire it high to the right corner. Near side, Carlo takes a look. He'll backhand it behind his net. Wotherspoon, a headman pass. Pasternak's dish got blocked. The Bruins recover, and out they come. Pastrnak. Flipped it into the far corner. Frederick chasing, applied the check, and here's Robertson speeding the other way. The California native poked it into the far corner of the Bruins zone. Bruins back to get it. Here's Shattenkirk. Long right wing feed to Pastrnak. A backhand through the middle. Frederick drives it in. Bruins will change. 13:40 left here in the first and scoreless. Oh, Edmondson almost coughed up the puck with Pastrnak in the vicinity, and Pastrnak flags it at the high slot. Drove it into the slot. Here's Van Riemsdyk left to the cage. Hold. Bangs it back of the net. Boquist swoops away from Brody. Up top it comes. Lohrei shoots. Blocked. Van Riemsdyk fires through the goal mouth. Right point out. Shattenkirk back of the net. Maroon trying to kick it free. It squirts to the far side. Poked over to the far wall. Brody. He'll drive it over to the near wall. Shattenkirk's going to hustle down. And it's backhanded up the near side, just out to center ice. Lohrei's got it.
Yeah, Lohrei and Shattenkirk both had opportunities to go D to D there, and instead they made other choices. But I thought you can make that D to D. You got all kinds of time and space.
Here's Benoit. He'll ramble up the right side. Fires it out to center ice, cut off by Wotherspoon. Over the red line, flips it between the rings in the Toronto end. 12:40 left here in the first and scoreless. Shots are 2-1 Bruins. Here's Marchand over the line left side. Fires, and it's deflected into the protective netting. And we've got to stop and play. We'll take a timeout. 12:33 left here in the first. Bruins nothing, Maple Leafs nothing. Here in Game 4 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
The Honda you want is here. Drive in the moment with the road trip ready Accord Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid from Honda. So bring on the weekend getaways. Bring on the far destinations. Bring on the memories. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Accord Hybrid or CR-V Hybrid.
See dealer for financing details.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you. Around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise. For lives in drive.
The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, onabotulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Now during Truck Month, get a great deal on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, for 47 years straight. Face off in the far circle, the Leafs end. Zacha, DeBrusk, and Pastrnak out there. On the back end, Lohrei and McAvoy. Zacha will take the draw against John Tavares. Jake DeBrusk has mentioned that on the off day, he decided to just stay at the hotel, not head out. He said, I think I learned my lesson in 2019 when I got booed here in Game 3 after he got cross-checked in the face by Nazem Kadri. He said, anywhere you go here, you're going to get recognized. Time to rest the body and stay at the hotel. Bruins crank it all the way down, and we've got an icing call.
Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. Sheehy is driven to deliver. Between the Pipes for the Leafs here today is Ilya Samsonov, and Bruins go back to Jeremy Swayman.
Face off in the near circle, Bruins end. Tavares will take it against Zacha. The matchups have not changed a ton, whether it's in Boston or in Toronto. We're going to have a penalty here on the Leafs as Marner's going to the box. He tripped up McAvoy heading up the right side, and the Bruins were their first look on the power play.
Yeah, he's frustrated. I don't think he's upset with the call itself. I think he's frustrated. He got his stick in there. Bruins half won that draw, had the advantage of it. McAvoy starts to get moving up that right side. They definitely won it. McAvoy gets to it. Marner just reaches in and gets the skate blade.
Bruins power play 5 for 10 in the series. Face-off right circle on the Leafs end. Coyle's going to dig in and take the draw against Kemp. Leafs win it. They'll pound it all the way down. Here's McAvoy. He'll wheel up the middle. He's got a couple options late. Hits Coyle. He'll ramble out to the center circle. Now DeBrusk up on the line, far side. Try to bank it to himself. He's got it far corner. Bruins able to exit. High slot now. McAvoy left circle. Back to him. High slot. Fired. Deflected just wide. Near side now. Coyle kicks to the stick. Drills it far side. Just out of Marchand's reach. And McAvoy retrieves at center ice. Here's McAvoy. Right wing Geekie over the line. Geekie cross-checked in the back of the head. Wow. And it's cleared.
Boy, did Edmondson get away with one there.
Is that the line? Up the right side, McAvoy. 1:05 left in the Bruins power play. Scoreless, just over 11 minutes left here in the first. Pastrnak threads it out in front. Zacha couldn't get a stick on it. Van Riemsdyk up top, McAvoy. To Heinen right circle. Back to McAvoy. Drifts to the right point. Feeds it across Pastrnak. High slot now, McAvoy. Right circle to Heinen. Right of the net, Van Riemsdyk pulls it back.
Boy, he had Pastrnak backdoor right away.
Near side, Heinen up top. Now to McAvoy. Right circle to Heinen. Back up top, McAvoy. Far side. And it's chopped away from Pastrnak. Good read by Nyes.
Wow,
and down it goes.
It's a soft pass, though. It's got to be a harder pass. You want to put it in Pasternak's wheelhouse, but Nyes is sitting on Pastrnak over there. They've got the guy on him, trying to deny him the puck in that situation, so that pass has to be a little quicker.
20 seconds left in this Bruins power play. We're scoreless. Up top, Shattenkirk. Fires, deflected. Samsonov to save the rebound. Squirted back of the net. Brody gave it away. Right of the net, Zacha trying to jam it home. Kemp far side. He'll backhand it down.
Good stick by Samsonov as Zacha tried to make that quick move in front. He was alone for a split second, tried to make the move to his forehand, and it's the stick blade of Samsonov that knocks it off his stick.
Leafs back at full strength. We're scoreless halfway through the first as the Bruins hammered in, and they did not reach the red line, so we have icing.
Yeah, so look, Pasternak's the guy right now that they're being physical on him. They're being hard on him. They're trying to deny him the puck in that circle. They're saying he needs a little bit more movement as well. And that's Nyes sitting on that pass from McAvoy. McAvoy's in the middle, Pastrnak in the left wing side. Nyes just, he's shadowing him over there. So if that's the case, somebody else is going to be open. They did have him backdoor when that pass got to Van Riemsdyk down low. I don't think he spotted him in time.
Bruins win the draw, flip it back of the net. Here's Carlo. He'll drive it hard to the far side. Boquist stays with it. Got a little help, and out it comes. Bruins will start to change as the puck is banked out in front of the Bruins net. Swayman's got it. And we will take a timeout. 9:46 left here in the first. Maybe not. We're scoreless. Everybody kind of milling around. Is that banked in before the red line? If that's the case, no break. And the Bruins can't change. So Charlie Coyle out there to take the draw against Austin Matthews. Matthews with a game winner and 2 assists in game 2. His only points in the series. But he's been dangerous. Bruins win the draw. Back of the net. Lindholm ripped it up the far side all the way down. The Bruins can change. Now Riley back of his net, hits the brakes. 1 assist thus far here in the series. One of the top offensive defensemen in the league. Puck driven into the near corner of the Bruins end. Matthews watched by both Carlo and Marchand. Hacked over to the near side. Riley up top. Benoit shoots wide. Rebound. Hacked over to the near side. It's Geeky, an outlet to the middle. Cut off by Bertuzzi.
Yeah, he picked that out of the air to knock that down.
And the Leafs in the midst of changing. Marchand almost had a loose puck at the high slot. And this puck is drilled off the surface, and we have a stop. 9:04 left here in the first. Bruins nothing, Maple Leafs nothing here in Game 4 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
The Honda you want is here, so drive in the moment with the versatile Honda CR-V or Accord, all from the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Accord and a 2.9% APR on a 2024 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details based on 2023 brand image words from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Service credited in his team with Bruins defenseman Charlie McAvoy for defending New England's heroes. Service donates $100 for every block shot and $1,000. Banked it ahead. The Bruins deny it as it's sent in. Shattenkirk.
Boquist. And Maroon came in and threw him to the ice. I think it is the right call, though.
Boquist had to retrieve his helmet. That's the voice of Kelly Sutherland. He and Pierre Lambert are your referees tonight. Faceoff will be in front of the Bruins bench. 8:48 left here on the first and scoreless. Shots have been at a premium. 4 for the Bruins, 3 for the Leafs.
They were 7-7 in Game 3 in the first period.
And the Bruins in that first period only had 1 5-on-5 shot, if memory serves. Did their damage on the power play. That game was scoreless at the end of 1. Here's Riley. 4-on-4 hockey. Here's Marner. A little more room to operate. He is crafty. Up the right side over the red line. Flings it over the line left side to Riley. Now to Matthews. Out in front. Marner shoots. Swayman, a great stop. Stuck out the right leg. First good chance for the Leafs tonight. Here's McAvoy, brings it in, drops Pastrnak. Shakes off a check, carries it up top, watched by Matthews. High slot, gets a pick from McAvoy out in front, sent through his legs. Lohrei tried to send it to the far side, no Bruin there,
Lohrei
and it pounded out.
He tried to go between his legs to flip that puck high.
McAvoy right corner. What a way that would have been to score your first Stanley Cup playoff goal. Along the near side, Brody pulls it free. And he'll fling it to the bottom of the near circle. The Bruins start to change. Here's Brody over the line left side with a step. Watched by McAvoy. Are you kidding? Puck sent up top. We got a delayed penalty apparently coming here on the Bruins. Nylander's drive blocked. And Swayman, they're going to rule possession. So it'll be a 4-on-3 here.
It's a one-handed slash by McAvoy on
53
Brody.
seconds. Kelly Sutherland is going to make the call.
They don't call the cross check to the back of the head by Edmondson. They call the one-handed love tap. If you got him on the hands, it's usually called, but on the 4-on-4. I love Lorai's little chance here. He's coming to the net. He's in tight, so he tried to put it between his legs and go upstairs and just didn't finish it off.
Coyle in for the draw against Tavares. Bruins win it, and they'll crank it all the way down. Samsonov stops it. You got to keep penalty killer off the ice for the Bruins.
Montgomery's just giving it to the back referee right now.
Now Matthews wheels his way in, dropped it up top for Nylander. He'll dart to the left point, now to the near circle. Stops up top Marner. Far side Matthews to Marner. Nylander, left circle, his shot blocked by Carlo. Now Nylander to the slot. His shot is deflected off the shaft of Coyle's stick and over the glass.
That's 2 blocks by Carlo. You got a leg on that one as well. He's out there. It's 4-on-3, right? So you got Nylander setting up in the left wing circle. You got Carlo as the right defenseman coming out on him, fronting him, not allowing him to get that shot through.
22 seconds left on the offsetting minors to Edmondson and Maroon. 4:30 left here in the first. Bruins 1 and the Leafs nothing. We'll take a timeout here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. That's your local New England Honda dealers.
The Honda you want is here. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Civic or HR-V. So hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R. The Coca-Cola Company, Keurig Dr. Pepper, and PepsiCo are bringing consumers more choices with less sugar than ever before. From sparkling, flavored, and bottled waters to zero-sugar sports drinks, teas, and sodas, consumers are taking advantage of these choices. In fact, nearly 60% of beverages sold contain zero sugar. To learn more, visit balanceus.org.
We're all builders. The question is, what are we building? At Ferguson, we work with people transforming the world we live in. We have the products and tools they need to help them move faster. We bring our partners the knowledge, experience, and scale to make complex projects simple, successful, and sustainable. Ferguson helps build the things that make things better. Ferguson. Together, we build better.
It's a shower of savings at Pride Hyundai of Seekonk. You choose on a new 2024 Elantra. Lease for $199 a month or zero down. Lease a new 2024 Tucson for $269 per month or zero down. Plus 0% APR financing is available. Get showers of savings all month long.
Shop now at HyundaiofSeekonk.com. Pride Hyundai of Seekonk, where we take pride in giving our customers the best deals always.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Mason Lohrei with the lone assist on the Bruins' opening goal, scored by James Van Riemsdyk. That's our delivery of the game. Delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Granite City Electric Supply, celebrating 100 years of service to electrical contractors in New England. Visit granitecityelectric.com to order.
That was Lohrei's pinch on Reeves, and he reaches in with the blade of his stick and deflects that puck. And it goes right to Van Riemsdyk. That's where he got the helper on it.
And Riemsdyk going 5-0 to score that goal. That's where he had his breakaway chance in Game 3. And he mentioned Beersy the other day that if I'm coming with that kind of speed, that's my bread and butter move. I'm surprised that he was able to stop it. Face-off right circle in the Leafs end. And Riemsdyk played 8 of his 15 seasons in the league here in this town. Bruins win the draw. Carlo settles it. Cranks it over to his partner Lindholm. Banked it back of the net. Benoit knocked it down. Nowhere to go with the puck. Geekie tried to force it out in front. Coyle had lost his stick. Exiting is Tavares. Up the middle now, Nyes. At the blue line, he lost it. Tavares drags it in. Shoots, and this sails off of Lindholm's stick over the glass.
Yeah, well defended there. It means one-on-one, Tavares and Lindholm. Lindholm's a weak side D, so he's coming all the way over after Carlo had stepped up and actually slowed the rush right at the blue line. He's done a nice job of that so far here in this period. A couple of blocks to go on top of it.
Jim Montgomery felt that Carlo and Lindholm may have had their best game in Game 3 as a pair. And he joked that even when they have their C game, they're hard to score against. Matthews
that's being a little kind, but their plus-minus would bear that out this season.
Puck trickles to the blue paint, covered by Swayman. 4:06 left here in the first, 1-0 Bruins. Boyle's going to take the draw against Matthews. This has been the primary matchup thus far in the first 4 games. Boyle against Matthews. They tie up. The Bruins come in to try and help him out. It's Marner out for an offensive zone shift. And the Bruins with a puck. Back of the net, Carlo zipped it up the far side. It's cranked out to center ice. Marchand tried to scrape it to the middle. Left point Bertuzzi. Flings to Marner. Overskated the puck. And Matthews kept it in. Right point. Back into the slot. Cut off by Lindholm. Up come the Bruins. Lindholm reaches the red line. Bothered by Marner, but still able to get a piece of it to drive it in. 3:35 left here in the first. Bruins 1 and the Leafs nothing. Along the near side, Lyubushkin. During the 2 off days, we have an offside here. He flew out to California. His wife gave birth to a baby girl. his third child, and then he flew back to Toronto to get set here for Game 4.
The guy that missed practice yesterday for the Bruins was Danton Heinen. Took the day off yesterday. He was instrumental in that win, Game 3, with a nice play from behind the net out to Marchand for the game winner.
Winning those type of battles, he's so good at that.
Quietly, quietly does his job in that area. He's a strong guy along the wall. He's not someone that's going to run people.
Nylander with a drive, and Swayman got a piece of it, short side.
Somebody took a little whack there. Swayman took a look.
Swayman gets out of the fray. It was interesting this morning.
No, nobody did. I was wrong.
Sheldon Keefe had mentioned this morning that apparently, and there were a number of Leafs who had mentioned this, whether it was Jake McCabe or Joel Edmondson, how the Leafs have been warned about taking careless minor penalties.
Yeah, right? It's hurt them. 5 power play goals in this series.
Leafs win the draw. Edmondson shoots, deflected wide. Lohrei one-hands it up the near glass, and the Bruins direct it out to center ice. Here's Beecher. He'll speed his way in. One-hands it to the slot. Hacked over to the near side by Frederick. Bounces off a check. Frederick knotted up with Brody. Near wall. Heinen kicks it free. Heinen near side on the half wall to Frederick. Near side now to the right point. He'll fling it back of the net. Van Riemsdyk, who has the game's only goal. And now here's Edmondson. Scrambles to the far side. He'll fire a backhand back to the Bruins line. Shattenkirk to his partner Wotherspoon. Up the right side, Frederick. He'll bang it in. 2:27 left here in the first. 1-0 Bruins. Domi, far corner with his team changing. Bruins doing the same. Riley, left wing feed. Bertuzzi got a piece of it. It trickles to the near corner. Bruins try the right wing boards. Can't get it out. And we've got a whistle here. It's going to be a hand pass with 2:14 remaining in the first. Bruins 1 and the Leafs nothing.
Domi and Swayman's having a little skate together right now after the whistle goes. Those two came together last game in Game 3. Domi didn't make much of an effort to get out of his way. Dropped a little shoulder into him, tripped him up as Swayman was going to the bench for a commercial timeout.
Jim Montgomery was asked if Jeremy Swayman is in the Maple Leafs' heads, and he said, well, watching Max Domi bump him like that makes me think that maybe he is.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are said between the two coaches. They get 2 off days, so don't take much stock in it.
Recovered with something else the other day. Out the right side, the Leafs give it away in the center circle. The Bruins looking to counter. Here's Geekie. Kicks to the stick, denied at the line by Domi. And it's drilled ahead by Lindholm. Blocked, sizzled in by the Bruins. Stick save made by Samsonov. 1:49 left here in the first. 1-0 Bruins. Tavares.
Logging up the neutral zone. 2-on-1.
Here's Geekie over the line, right side to the right. Doc shoots. He sizzled it wide. And the rebound grabbed by Lohrei.
Yeah, they just took Pastrnak away, going to the net on that far side. He had no choice but to take that shot.
DeBrusk in the right corner. Took a shoulder, gets a little help, and puck support from Pavel Zacha. Here's DeBrusk. Slides it up top. McAvoy shoots. Simpson on the glove save. And he holds with 1:22 left here in the first.
Battle 1 down low. DeBrusk is going to emerge with the puck. Go low to high. Wrist shot for McAvoy, sails a little bit on him. He's got a body trying to rotate to the front, looking for a tip. But Samsonov ends up getting a pretty decent look at that. And that's a neutral zone turnover with the Bruins. That's Marchand reaching in to cause that turnover, and then to get going back the other way on the partial 2-on-1. I thought it was Pastrnak. It was Zacha going to the net on that far side.
Pastrnak actually went in to take the initial faceoff against Tavares. Now it'll be Zacha. That was different. Zacha will dig in against Tavares. And the Leafs win the draw. Paddled high off the glass and out to center ice. The Bruins trying to drill it ahead. Here's Nyes. He'll knock it in offside with 1:14 left here in the first. Bruins 1-0. With the game's only goal. That came at 15:09 from Mason Lohrei, his first career Stanley Cup playoff point. Zacha will now take the draw against Holmberg. Keep changing the matchup. He's got his all-Swedish line out there. Holmberg, Nylander, Järnkrok. Puck drilled into the Bruins zone. Lohrei. He'll crank it back on it. Over to the near side. Pastrnak breaks for the contact from Benoit. Bruins fired just out to center ice. Here's Zacha. Lohrei shoveled it in. It trickles to the right of Samsonov. Rimmed over to the near side. Nylander with it. Nylander, back-to-back 40-goal season. Shakes by his old friend from Sweden, David Pastrnak. Out of the line left side, Nylander. Almost put himself offside, trying to use Jake McCabe as a pick, and the Bruins sit on their own bench. They'll have faceoff will stay in zone with 38.5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think when the Bruins have turned pucks over this period, there haven't been a lot of them, but there's been a few. But they've recovered extremely well. Gotten back to the house and prevented any good scoring chances. So, and then even in the offensive zone, get by those battles, get down there along the walls. You rotate that puck back up high.
Up top, Brody shoots, blocked. The puck spins back to the net.
Simple hockey, Judd, but effective hockey.
Now Matthews shoots, kicked out by Swayman at a screen head of the net. Brody shoots, and he tried to go through the slot. The Bruins guided ahead. They don't get it out. Grabbed by Coyle, an outlet to the middle. Marchand with 15 seconds left. Marchand brings it in, twists over to the near side, tossed it back to the net. Brody watched by Heinen. One hands it up right wing to Bertuzzi. And then Bertuzzi went down after Marchand went for the contact. And that's going to do it for the opening 20 minutes of play here in Game 4. So the Bruins with the game's only goal. Little John going on right now as Shattenkirk's bumps with Max Domi. Everybody kind of milling around in the neutral zone. Patrick Maroon having a conversation with TJ Brody. We are through 20 minutes in Game 4. Bruins 1 and the Maple Leafs nothing. Here's and I will bring you back for the first intermission in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. That's your local New England Honda dealers.
The Honda you want is here. Now's the perfect time to drive in the moment with the rugged and capable Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Find your adventure with great offers now available on the Honda you want. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers get a 2.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Passport or Ridgeline and a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Pilot.
See dealer for financing details. The Coca-Cola Company.
Tournament through the finals, every opening tip to all those buzzer beaters. DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with same-game parlays, live betting, odds boosts, and much more. And if you're new to sports betting, it's super easy to get started. Try betting on something simple like a team to win. Go to the app, select your team, and place your first bet. That's simple. And here's something to sweeten the deal. For new customers, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Again, use the code SPORTSHUB. And if you're a new customer, you'll get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. That's only on DraftKings.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. Must be 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Physically present in Massachusetts. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
The Honda you want is here. Now's the perfect time to drive in the moment with the rugged and capable Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Find your adventure with great offers now available on the Honda you want. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Passport or Ridgeline and a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Pilot.
See dealer for financing details.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston, this is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub. A Beasley Media Group station.
Welcome back to the first intermission of Game 4. Bruins 1, Maple Leafs nothing. Our first intermission interview is sponsored by TD Bank. And we're joined downstairs by Bruins winger Danton Heinen. Danton, I wanted to go through two plays on that opening goal. The pitch by Mason Lohrei and how crafty was the finish by James Van Riemsdyk.
Yeah, no, those are two great plays there. You know, Mason's this guy stepped in and playing his game, and he'll have to see it. And then JVR, you know, he's been ultimate pro, just working his ass off, and it's great to see him get rewarded.
The Bruins have been short a couple of times, and whether it's been 5-on-4, 4-on-3, or 5-on-5, how have the Bruins been able to limit the Toronto shots coming up the ice?
Yeah, I think a big thing is trying not to let him set up, you know, being stingy at the lines, breaking pucks out, getting 200 feet, and trying not to give him that much zone time because, you know, they're skilled guys can make you pay.
Last thing, Heino, anything else that you really liked about your team's game in that first period?
Yeah, I thought we were simple, we were direct, and I think more of that will pay off.
Thanks, Heino.
Yeah, thanks.
It's only human to be passionate, loyal, and all in when it comes to the Bruins, and it's only human to expect the same from your bank. And just like every season, TD will be here for all the wins, losses, and memorable moments. TD Bank, the bank of the Boston Bruins, member FDIC, TD Bank, NA. Unfortunately, we grabbed Danton Heinen right as he was jumping off the ice. He had that last shift to end the opening 20 minutes, but that gives you an indication how hard the Bruins worked and how detailed they were in that first period.
Yeah, he was instrumental in that goal as well. You know, he was the guy that had the soft chip. I know Toronto came out with it and got the puck up to Reeves, but then a good pinch there made by Lohrei. Good stick. You know, stick is in a good position as Reeves tries to make a pass to the middle of the ice, and it gets deflected right onto the stick of Van Riemsdyk, and he finishes off nicely. Samsonov was way out that time as Van Riemsdyk got it. He was standing still. He had to turn, and he had Brody trying to come at him, and it's a bang-bang play, forehand, backhand, and he's reaching, trying to use that reach to keep it away from Brody, and slides it 5-hole on Samsonov.
Bruins were shorthanded a couple of times in that first period, able to kill them both off.
Yeah, they again, really good, strong kills. I mean, there was one good save made by Swayman, but Toronto was denied at the blue line on a couple of occasions. The Bruins they're jumping when they should jump. That's the thing. You had Carlo denying at the blue line. Carlo had a couple big blocks in the 4-on-3 on Nylander. When Nylander's trying to get free in the left wing circle, it's 4-on-3. You're going to get free. You're going to have a good look, right? But Carlo comes out, challenges, gets in that shooting lane, gets a good piece of two of them. The commitment is there, and the penalty killing's been good in that regard, in the way that they've committed to making sure that they're doing all the little things in order to win games. It's interesting, you know, Forbert, we haven't really talked about him because he's been out for so long, but he took the morning skate, not only morning skate, he took the warm-ups here today. And there was a conversation with Jim Montgomery this morning, so that gives you, I mean, he's played a couple of games down in Providence, so you're kind of wondering where they're at with him as far as getting back in the lineup, depending on, you know, what happens tonight and what happens with some of the younger guys that they have in there right now.
You mentioned the blocks, and thing.
.org. That's MAHealthConnector.org.
Dick's Sporting Goods believes that sport has the power to change lives. As voice of the Red Sox, I've seen that time and time again. And now Dick's is opening the completely reimagined House of Sport at Prudential Center, featuring a rock wall, a multi-sport cage, and golfing bays, bringing new experiences, new services, and the best selection from the top brands to a new place Boston can call home. Dick's House of Sport, now open at Prudential Center.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring
But he lost some of those his legs when he got sick and had a tough time finding his game again. With proper rest, though, I mean, with a little bit of rest, a couple days, a couple games 1 and 2, and then add on to that 2 days in between game 3 and 4.
Leafs fire the puck back to the high slot of their own zone. Fed it ahead for Tavares over the line right side. Marner relays back to Tavares. Trying to sweep out in front by rookie Lori. The puck is trapped by Swayman, and we've got to stop.
Man, hockey season is Peerless Boiler season. Replace your old boiler and water heater with a new Peerless Boiler and Pavilion tankless water heater. Find your local dealer at peerlessboilers.com, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
13:21 left here in the second. Bruins 1, Maple Leafs nothing. Face-off near circle of Bruins end. Zaka will take it against Matthews. And the Leafs have it. Right point, Lyubushkin. Rink wide. High slot, it's fired and blocked. Lyubushkin hammers it over to the far side for Marner. So Marner and Matthews out there together, and the puck cued free by the Bruins. High slot, it's Pastrnak. Near circle. Protects. Got away from Matthews. Then got knocked down by Lyubushkin. Lost his stick. It's actually busted. He's going to head to the bench for a new one. Gets it.
Thought he might have gotten chopped there by Matthews' stick.
Bruins rim it around. Pasternak's got it. Bounces off the check of Domi to DeBrusk far corner. Jammed against the wall by Lyubushkin.
Three Blue just ever cross-check from Domi.
And Domi's going. He knocked down Pastrnak, and the Bruins going to the power play for the second time.
Both referees had their arms up. Just not a smart play. You can argue all he wants, but it's just not smart. And if they're going to call McAvoy for a one-handed love tap, they're going to call that cross-check. That's scrum.
That play in particular a couple years ago was highlighted in our media meetings with the National Hockey League. 12:37 left. here in the second. Bruins with a chance to go up 2. Damp the left-hander, Coyle the right-hander. They tie up, and it's batted by the Leafs back into the Bruins zone. McAvoy takes a look over his left shoulder. He snacks it. He'll swerve behind the net. Now up the middle. Reaches neutral ice. Speeds to the trailer. DeBrusk center circle. Speeds his way in. Hands to Marchand. Bruins able to enter. Can they set up? Near point Coyle wings it over to the open far side, and Edmondson hammers it all the way down.
Coyle had a little bit more time there than he thought.
Minute and a half remaining in this Bruins power play. We've played about 8 minutes here in the second period of game 4. Now Coyle, center circle. Wanders his way in, flicked it over to the far side. Pastrnak up top, Marchand shoots! Sailed it wide of the glove side.
Pastrnak had quick change for Geeky.
Now up top, here's McAvoy. Swings high slot Coyle. Pastrnak trying to bump it out in front. Van Riemsdyk was there, but the pass was blocked. Up top, McAvoy, right circle and fire. They score! He did it again. The captain, bottom of the right wing circle, drills in a snapper. A power play goal. Bruins 2, Maple Leafs nothing.
Yeah, so interesting, right? Quick line change. Geeky went off after maybe 25 seconds. Pastrnak hops out. The Bruins, Coyle rotates this puck from the base of the left wing circle and a backhand pass back to the point to Charlie McAvoy. McAvoy's in the high slot. He's going to sell the shot with Van Riemsdyk in front and then dish this puck low into the right wing circle to the left of Samsonov. He's way out of position because he's playing shot from McAvoy. So he's out at the top of the blue pen. He's even a little bit further than that. Marchand's got an empty net if he can hit it from the tough angle.
Oh, the Bruins cash in
on a dumb penalty.
On a dumb penalty is definitely the case. They are 6 for 12 in the series. Long way to go. Left of the Bruins net, Carlo trying to shake free. It's sent up top, Lyubushkin. Right point, flings it back of the Bruins net, and Swayman gloves it with Domi in the vicinity, and we've got to stop as Frederick chest to chest with Matthews. For Brad Marchand, that's his 3rd goal of the series, and he is now the Bruins' all-time leader in Stanley Cup playoff goals. He had been tied with Cam Neely, given 56. By the way, among active players, he is 5th in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, some pretty big names above him.
The active leader is Joe Pavelski with 73.
Pavelski, Crosby, Malkin, Ovechkin.
Bruins out of the neutral zone. And now the Maple Leafs coming up the ice, and the Leafs drive it back in. 2-0 Bruins. 11 minutes to go here in the second period. Puck flipped out in front. Swayman a chest save. Gloves the carom. As Bertuzzi was knocked down in the far circle. He looks back to see who that was. Marchand now with 3 goals and 7 points in the series. Those 7 points lead the team. But the number that's driving Sheldon Keefe crazy, 0 penalty minutes.
You know, they tried to make a big deal of the hit that he had with Bertuzzi late in the first period, but to me it looked like Bertuzzi tried to jump by him. They had a comparable that there was a game with Edmonton, but there's nothing there.
Bruins can't get the puck out. It's drilled over to the near side. The Leafs, the Cave comes down low. The Bruins exit. They'll bank it ahead. Geeky waiting. He's got Coyle with him. He'll drag it to the near side. Wedged off the puck by Tavares. Rimmed around. Lori bangs it into the far corner. And now Tavares with it. Somebody's got to scramble back defensively. Marchand stick handled that puck out to center ice. Then took a pop from McCabe. And those two guys nose to nose. Coyle grabs a hold of him.
Marchand skates away.
It was Jake McCabe. He just headbutted it. Looked like Charlie Coyle in the pile. McCabe cross-checked Marchand in the face in the last regular season meeting between these two teams.
The neck.
10:36 left here in the second. 2-0 Bruins. Marchand from McAvoy and Coyle at the 8:20 mark. Face off at the near dot just beyond the Leafs line. Frederick, Van Riemsdyk, and Heinen out there for Jim Montgomery. The shots, 11 for the Leafs, 10 for the Bruins. Leafs win the draw. Here's Edmondson, banks it ahead, chipped down low by Robertson. Back of the net, Wotherspoon in the Bruins zone, sent it to the far corner. Frederick working on Reeves. Far side, Heinen couldn't get the puck out. Got a little help from Frederick. One of the Leafs has lost a stick. That's Edmondson. Near point, it's Brody. Wanted to pull the trigger. Only one goal. Wotherspoon, as the Leafs will back out and start to make some changes. Wotherspoon up the middle. Drilled in deep by Frederick. Back of the net, Samsonov. Bruins changing. Brody chipped it up the near side. Robertson goes right wide. Snapped ahead. Camp knotted up. Lost the puck. Here comes Maroon over the line. Flip to the far corner. Beecher. Back of the net. He'll bang it to the near side. Lorai's got to back out. Nylander trying to gather some speed. Coughed up the puck. Maroon chipped to the near hash. Beecher back of the net. Beecher scored to open the series. McAvoy shoots. Deflected over to the near side. Lorai to the top. Fires, and Samsonov has to take it in as Edmondson gets in Beecher's face right in the blue paint. 9:20 left here in the second. Bruins 2, Maple Leafs nothing. We should be taking a timeout, and we are on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
We're CCRI, and we're more than you think. Our 4 campuses offer flexible class schedules with over 90 programs to help you discover your career path or advance in the one you already have. And with more than 70 transfer agreements, along with the lowest tuition in Rhode Island, CCRI is the smart choice.
The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Charlie McAvoy and Charlie Coyle with the assists on Brad Marchand's power play goal here in the second. Those feeds, the Shaw's at Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about Feeding the Puck for families at 985sportshub.com/feedthepuck. Face off in the left circle in the Leafs end. Here's I was thinking back to something Brad Marchand had mentioned at the tail end of the regular season when the Bruins power play was really struggling. He said, our power play is holding us back from going to another level.
Yeah, I mean, some of those games, I know that they were kind of limping into the playoffs, just wanting to get there, right? But Absolutely. I mean, it's a big difference maker in games when games are so close. And how many games the Bruins played that were so close this year, right? And when the power play is going, it is a massive difference maker for you.
Here's Lyubushkin. Left wing feed out at center ice. Riley banked it in. Straight back of the net. Lohrei got there ahead of Tavares. Nice outlet to the middle. Here comes Zacha. 3-on-3, center circle. Hands to DeBrusk over the line, left side. Right circle, Pastrnak. Shoots. Oh, he's looking backdoor for Lohrei. Up top is Zacha.
Boy, Lohrei's feeling it. He's up the slot.
Pastrnak in the slot, lost the puck. Now the Bruins have to head back defensively. Tavares with it, end of his shift. He'll chip it in and change. Lohrei took the hit from Nyes, made the play. Batted up the right side and back into the Leafs end. 8.5 left here in the second. 2-0 Bruins. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Benoit between the rings in his own zone. Walking his way ahead. The Bruins stacking up the neutral zone. It's pounded in. Swayman slams it up the near glass. Bertuzzi knocked it down, trying to locate it. And it's straight to the middle by Matthews. Out comes Carlo, up right wing to Geekie. Over the line, left side to Marchand. Left circle. Centers into the slot. Oh, he had Geekie coming back door. Now Domi wheels over the line, far side. He'll flip it into the far corner. Bruins will turn it up the far side. Here's Marchand coming back to help. A right wing feed, Geekie. In it goes. Slowed by Samsonov. Bruins start to change. Now here's Edmondson. Bangs it ahead on left wing. Nylander. Playing in his first game of the series.
That last stoppage of play, by the way, Sheldon Keefe in Austin Matthews' ear for a little while.
Bruins deflect the puck in the slot, and the Toronto end to our left. 7:25 left here in the second. 2-0 Bruins. Nylander dished it ahead. Holmberg backhands it in. Wotherspoon gets to it. He'll drive around to the far side. Backhands it through the middle. All the way down. Wow, that was an early icing call, but I think Van Riemsdyk is coming back to say something to the line. We have the call. Face off down to our right.
Around the NHL is presented by the Massachusetts Health Connector. Act now. Get covered at mahealthconnector.org. 2 other games earlier today. Double overtime. The Islanders stave off elimination with a 3-2 victory over the Carolina Hurricanes. That series now 3-1 for Carolina. And Tampa, same thing. 6-3 winners over Florida. That series 3-1 Florida.
Nylander, Marner's, Matthews out there right now for Sheldon Keefe. Here's Nylander up top, McCabe. It's bumped to the left point, Riley. Now high slot Nylander. Fed it to the bottom of the right wing circle. The Bruins got in the passing lane. Bang it over to the near side. Nylander got around to check right of the cage, looking into the slot. Twist near side. Fed it to McCabe. Shoots just wide. It's drilled back of the net over to the near side. This will carry him out. Here's McCabe. Watched by Van Riemsdyk. Sends it to his own line, Nylander. Bruins starting to make a few changes. Riley on the near side. Chopped free at Wotherspoon. Bruins cranking around to the far side. And it's swatted by the Leafs to the near side of the Bruins zone. Dragged out by Wotherspoon. He'll drive it deep. Bruins complete their changes. Geekie. Oh, he had Marchand all by himself.
That puck was rolling on him, though.
Banged up top. Here's Carlo. Rink wide Lindholm. Shoots. Samsonov the save. He had a moving screen. Coyle going right to left. 6:18 left here in the second. 2-0 Bruins.
Yeah, they got the line changed. They got stuck out there after the icing call, but it's pretty good composure there. Wotherspoon eventually gets this puck to the red line. Everybody can get the line change. And Geekie's able to get there first on the forecheck.
Most guys do not like the late start. The Bruins starting at 8 Eastern tonight. Morgan Geekie loves it. He's a guy who likes to take a long nap. He's like, it just gives me more time. I said an hour and a half. He's like 2 if I can do it. Bruins keep the puck in along the far side in the Leafs end. Bang to the far corner. Zacha's there. Twisting around Benoit. Up top it comes. McAvoy dusts it off to the high slot. Pastrnak. Oh, Tavares almost got it by him.
Be careful there.
Pastrnak was able to recover. Now Yarncroke, far circle Tavares. Wrister gloved head high by Swayman. He'll hold. And we will take a timeout. 5:53 left here in the second. Bruins 2, Maple Leafs nothing. On the 98.5 the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Bruins extend their lead here in the second period to 2-0. And that's where it stands with 5:53 left in the second. Sheldon Keefe, the head coach of the Maple Leafs, was talking about his penalty kill, and he said, we have been chasing trust on our PK all year. Our guys have to be confident and assertive on the PK. We need it to come through in a big moment. Face off in the far circle of Bruins end. And we touched on this a little bit in the pregame show, that each goal we've given up is a different mistake.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got both monitors, and we've got Nesson's monitor, we've got Hockey Night in Canada's monitor. They just showed Toronto's bench during that last commercial timeout. Marner throwing gloves. He's got his palms up. Matthews talking to him. Nylander giving it to somebody. Bruins have frustrated them. So far, so good. There's a lot of time to go, though. And it's just continuous over on that bench right now.
Face off far circle in the Bruins end. Here's Riley. All it takes is one bounce. Carlo drives it around the far side. Here's Geekie. But will the Leafs start to cheat for offense? Something that Sheldon Keefe said they have not done. And the Bruins with a steal. They'll flip it up the left side. Coyle going to chase. And Labushkin can drive it out cleanly. Bertuzzi with it. He'll saucer to head. Gloved by Lindholm. At the red line, he'll crank it in. Sampson off back of that. Stops it. Ooh, Marchand took a whack at him. Careful. Here's Riley up the middle. Drills it ahead, looking for Matthews to flex in. Swayman bangs it over to the near side to Zacha. Tied up with Matthews. Bruins come back. Here's Carlo. Tapped it up right wing. Puck directed out to center ice. Brought back in inadvertently offside by Edmondson. 4:58 left here in the second. Bruins 2, Maple Leafs nothing.
You talk about that little chop there from Marchand. Did you see the hit from McCarron from the Nashville Predators?
I saw he got supplemental discipline.
Casey DeSmith, the goalie for Vancouver, went back behind the net to play the puck, and McCarron just ran him over.
He's a big man.
It's huge.
Face off in front of the Maple Leafs bench. Zacha's kicked out of the drop. Pastrnak will step in. Jim Montgomery had mentioned that he felt David Pastrnak could have had 2 or 3 goals in Game 3. Said he just missed his spot. Bruins win the draw. Driven up the right side, DeBrusk. Going to chop it in. Second attempt, can't get it by Edmondson. And the Leafs will flick it to the far corner. Lohrei with it behind his net. Powers it up the near side. Off of Pasternak's skate. Lays on the blue line. I think the Leafs thought it got out. Here's Tavares right to the net. Drags out in front. It's poke check. Now Nyes. Lohrai's lost his stick up top. Long drive. Swayman kicks it to the far corner. Lohrei retrieves his stick. And now the Bruins will exit the puck. Here's DeBrusk over the line high slot. Wrists it lightly to the left corner. Back of it at Edmondson. Plays it to the far circle. Here's Marner. 1 assist in the series.
It was a nice one, though. Last game, Game 3.
Center circle Boquist over the line high slot. Puck got out in front of him, and it's shipped out to center ice with Nylander hopping on. The Bruins get it back. Boquist, left circle. He'll turn into the slot. Witherspoon shoots, and Sampson off the save. Good screen out in front. Back of the net.
Boquist with some open ice that time.
Here's Maroon, watched by Holmberg. Backhands it behind the net. Edmondson took a shoulder from Boquist at the hash marks Holmberg fed it behind the net to Edmondson. 3:38 left here in the second. And you can feel the anxiety here in the building. Bruins 2, Maple Leafs nothing. Here's Heinen over the line, high slot. Drifts left, shoots, blocked, gets it back. He'll paddle it behind the net. McCabe coughed it up. Oh, Frederick tried to spot Van Riemsdyk. And it's airmailed out to the neutral zone. Carlo, right wing feed. Van Riemsdyk goes a backhand lightly to the right corner. Frederick crashes in with McCabe. Frederick trying to chop it free. It squirts to the near side. Reeves has got it. And he'll bang it just inside the Bruins line. McAvoy with it. A right wing feed out at center ice. Thrown in deep by Coyle. On net, Samsonov down, and he is forced to hold it for a face-off in his defensive zone with 2:53 left in the second. Bruins up 2-0.
Yeah, keep making Toronto go back for these pucks. When you have open ice, you can make a play just like Boquist did there. You do it. Boquist attacks with some open ice. He goes drift over the left wing side. He pulls up, and he's going to find Waterspoon.
Sees a ton of ice time. It's up to 23 minutes. Or close to it here in the series. Up the middle is Domi. Shakes left and over the line is Matthews. The Bruins twist the puck away from him. And Kiki trying to battle to fire it in. He does. Samsonov got a piece of it.
Puck would not cooperate for him, would it? Lindholm and Carlo against the Matthews line.
Up the middle is Bertuzzi. Over the line, right side. Bertuzzi pulls up at the hash marks. Jammed against the wall by Lindholm. Zaka over to help. The Bruins flip it up left wing. Pastrnak racing for it. Try to guide it to the middle. Lyubushkin got to it. He'll backhand to the near side. 2:14 remaining here in the second. 2-0 Bruins. Tavares shoots. Gloved by Swayman from 60 feet out. And he holds.
Unobstructed, 60 feet out.
Faceoff will take place in the near circle, the Bruins end. Including tonight's game, the Bruins have scored 13 goals, the Maple Leafs 6. Beecher's going to take the D-zone draw against Tavares. The rookie taps the stick against the Toronto captain. Tavares moves it near side now. Nylander, right corner. He'll fling it back of the net. Marner swoops, shoots, and swim in a glove save. 2:03 left here in the second. 2-0 Bruins.
I thought the Bruins might make a change there at center with the faceoff going to the other side, but they'll stick with Beecher taking it against Tavares.
The Bruins have won only 36% of the faceoffs to this point. Toronto, one of the best faceoff teams during the regular season. Tavares against Beecher. Beecher goes down, scrum for the puck. Nylander up top. Now Riley drives it back of the net. Right corner, Lyubushkin. Back the center. The Bruins batted up the middle. Here's Beecher. He'll storm out to the neutral zone. Over the line, left side, Frederick. Left circle. Shoots. Trying to go short side where he had scored in Game 3.
Marner was over there. He fell down. That allowed Frederick to go in on that left side.
Puck sailed back into the Bruins zone. McAvoy up the middle for Heinen. A minute and a half remaining here in the second. Now Van Riemsdyk over the line. Flipped into the left corner. Heinen going to dig. Heinen helps set up the game's opening goal by James Van Riemsdyk. Heinen. Right corner now. Coyle up top. Lindholm fades back. Shoots. And it got blocked out in front. It may have hit Samsonov in the left shoulder. Now Riley. Up into the Bruins zone. That's icing. And the faceoff will come down to our left.
Lyubushkin either blocked that shot that was coming in from Lindholm. They're going to allow him to change. That puck caught him up high somewhere.
Faceoff in the right circle in the Leafs end. And the fans here are starting to head at least to go get
in line.
Either a dog or a frosty beverage. Faceoff right circle in the Leafs end. 2-0 Bruins in Game 4. They lead the series 2-1. Victorious here in Game 3, 4-2. Bruins win the draw. Right point McAvoy, left point Lindholm. Shoots, deflected, and Samsonov got a piece of it. It batted to the far corner. McAvoy charges down, took the hit from McCabe. Slammed around the near side. Left point now Lindholm. Near circle Pastrnak. Dribbled it into the slot. And it's fired back up the middle and back into the Bruins zone. This will be on net.
It's a shot on goal from Matthews.
Here's Lindholm. Drives it up the middle.
Just saying, you know, they don't have men.
Marchand alone in the slot. Shoots. They score! With 41 and a half seconds left. Marchand got free and an odd man chance. Fed it into the net for David. Pastrnak make it 3-0 Bruins.
Well, what a play here by the Bruins. They get this puck out. So Swayman, that puck goes on net. So Toronto's going to make the line change. They do get out there, but this is a bouncing puck that Marchand's going to chip by. Is that McCabe? He chips it by. Pass comes up. No, it was Brody. Brody tries to reach for it. Marchand just chips it by him and finds Pastrnak coming in on the right side, wide open. Sell the shot, send that pass over. Pastrnak makes no mistake. Wow. McCabe stepped up, and that allowed Marchand to chip that puck past Brody.
And the fans here at the Scotiabank Arena are giving it to the hometown team. Robertson scrambles back into his zone end. Edmondson saucers over to the near side. Bushkin. Still a ways to go. Camp throws it deep. Back of the net, Wotherspoon. Chopped it over to the near side. Reed out on the ice. Kicked out in front. Camp prevented from getting to the puck by Carlo. 10 seconds left. DeBrusk with a dish that got redirected into the slot. Carlo trying to settle it. Took the hit from Reeves. The Bruins control, and that's going to do it for the second period. What a 20 minutes for the Bruins, and an even better 40. The Bruins in that second period scored twice. And at the end of 2 periods here in Game 4, it's the Bruins 3 and the Maple Leafs nothing. Bearsy and I will bring you back to the second intermission in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruin Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed.
Offers now available on the Honda you want. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Passport or Ridgeline and a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Pilot.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey, the 82 preseason is in the books, and it's finally time for the real season, so don't miss out on any of the NBA playoff action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. From the play-in tournament through the finals, every opening tip to all those buzzer beaters, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with same-game parlays, live betting, odds boosts, and much more. And if you're new to sports betting, it's super easy to get started. Try betting on something simple like a team to win. Go to the app, select your team, and place your first bet. That's simple. And here's something to sweeten the deal. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Again, use the code SportsHub. And if you're a new customer, you'll get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. That's only on DraftKings.
It's here, 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. Must be 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Visit the President of Massachusetts. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
We're all builders. The question is, what are we building? At Ferguson, we work with people transforming the world we live in. We have the products and tools they need to help them move faster. We bring our partners the knowledge, experience, and scale to make complex projects simple, successful, and sustainable. Ferguson helps build the things that make things better. Ferguson. Together, we build better.
Are you ready to focus on what you're truly passionate about? At the University of Massachusetts Amherst, we're committed to helping students design a meaningful path for their future. As one of the country's top-tier public research universities, we're helping drive the world forward, empowering students to challenge convention, champion innovation, and embrace the freedom of affecting real positive change in the world. Tap now to explore flexible options for a high-quality education or visit umass.edu. Be revolutionary.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston, the home of the Patriots, the Celtics, the Revs, and the Bruins. Boston's home for sports is 98.5 The Sports Hub. Station.
Now up top, here's McAvoy. Swings high slot Coyle. Pastrnak trying to bump it out in front. Van Riemsdyk was there, but the pass was blocked. Up top, McAvoy. Right circle, it's fired. He score! He did it again. The captain, bottom of the right wing circle, drills in a snapper. A power play goal. Bruins 2, Maple Leafs nothing. That's our Bruins exceptional play presented by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions. While we play a goal, I think we got to talk about the way that the Bruins are playing defensively. It's been airtight, and it's driving the Leafs crazy.
It's really frustrating them. It's been noticeable, and you know, when the TV telecast up here is picking it up, and we watch it in between commercial timeouts. I mean, you got guys that are unbelievably frustrated on that bench right now, and it shows you what the Bruins are doing to them. They are not giving them anything on the inside. Was there a grade A chance that period for the Toronto Maple Leafs? No, and certainly was no rebound opportunities. They protected the middle of the ice so well defensively, and then they broken pucks out. That's what they've done. And then, you know, if they can carry the puck into the zone, certainly they're going to do that. But when that's not happening, they're just chipping, chasing, battling. And it's they got to keep going back for pucks, It's so noticeable here in this game. They're tough through the neutral zone, the Bruins are. They're making the Leafs work to come to 200 feet. Very few times have you seen guys just flying up the ice uncontested. It's only when the Bruins are making a line change. It's textbook so far for the Bruins. It's 2 periods, it's 40 minutes. It's been a textbook defensive effort, frustrating the Leafs so far today.
The Bruins had a slim 1-0 lead at the end of 20 minutes of play, and a needless, senseless penalty by Max Domi makes it 2-0 Bruins.
Yeah, I mean, we can harp on that. It's not a smart penalty. You just can't do it. It's a little bit of a scrum, and Domi just cross-checks Pastrnak down to the ice. It's like, you know, couldn't be more obvious on it. So it gets called, and the Bruins make them pay. What I thought was interesting on that goal, though, Judd, was that 20 or 30 seconds in, Kiki went for a change. That's not normally what happens because they had the puck in the offensive end. Usually it's a minute. Usually he went and Pastrnak hopped out, trying to get Pastrnak going. And I think that I would assume that has something to do with it, right? And he's able to be a part of it. You know, they move the puck around, give a little bit of a different wrinkle, you know, and you don't want to keep Pastrnak off the ice too long. You want to get him going. Well, he's going again, and he got the goal late. So big power play goal scored by Marchand. Coyle up high to McAvoy. McAvoy sells shot. Samsonov comes way out past the top of the blue paint. You got Van Riemsdyk parked in front of him, so he's thinking shot. He's trying to find that puck. And as McAvoy sells shot, he sends it down into the right wing circle. And Marchand has an open net. He's got a defenseman sliding there, but he's got no goaltender there to contend with. And then late in the period, we'll see how much that has an effect on the Toronto Maple Leafs. So the Leafs threw that puck all the way down the ice. It went on Swayman. It looked like we had a good look at on a replay. Toronto looked like they had all their guys out there. Domi was the guy that was closest to David Pastrnak. But he's looking at Brody thinking that Brody's going to get to that puck. And Marchand, and it's bouncing, so it's not like getting to Brody cleanly. And it's right in the middle of the ice around the blue line, just inside the blue line. And Marchand reaches and just chips the puck up as it's bouncing, chips it up and over the stick, the outstretched stick of Brody. Now he's in alone, and Pastrnak just blows right by Domi because Domi's thinking Brody's going to get to that puck. It ends up being a 2-0 and a beautiful finish by Pastrnak. So there are guys so far, like when you watch this game, and it's, the team effort is there through 40 minutes. But there are also guys who have taken a pretty good step. I mean, Brandon Carlo's been fantastic on defense. I mean, it's been him and Lindholm primarily against the Matthews line when they possibly can. It's not going to be every time because you don't have the last change, but primarily they're out there against them. And Mason Laura, he's had a couple plays that have been a little bit soft. That's still something he's trying to get out of his game. These types of games should do that for him. So he's been active. I know he's got the helper from the first period, but he's been active. Up the ice, he tried to go between the legs and flip it up and over top stuff on the 4-on-4 situation in the first period. He's got a couple shots, I believe, so he's been involved, and they've given him plenty of ice time here in this one. Yeah, he's got 2 shots on goal, and the helper, just over 13 minutes of ice time. So he's getting that ice time. He's paired up with McAvoy. Those are important minutes that they're playing because if you got Lindholm and Carlo playing against the Matthews line, then you've got to become coming back with a big pair.
Scoring summary, James Van Riemsdyk, his first, 15:09 into the game, 1-0 Bruins. Then in the second period, on the power play, 20, Brad Marchand is third from McAvoy and Coyle. David Pastrnak, with 42 seconds left in the period, scores his second of the series from Marchand and Zacha, 3-0 Bruins at the end of 40 minutes. Shots on goal in favor of the Bruins, 17-16 on the power play. The Bruins 1 for 2, and the Leafs 0 for 2. He's going to update the out-of-town NHL board when we return on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed.
Experience the ultimate derby day at the Brook Casino. Enjoy mid-July. Yards long, that's half a football field. Plus, enjoy favorite table games, including an expanded blackjack and craps pit. Post-race, continue the thrill with free entry to a UFC 301 watch party in the season.
Doesn't have enough amps to light 2 lamps. Call Coleman Electric. Next time.
Mitch Marner, the only guy to find the back of the net for Toronto. It came in the third period, and that's where we stand. The net to our right vacant. 6-on-5. Tavares in for the draw. He'll take it against Zacha. Off the draw, scrum for the puck. The Bruins pull it free. It's pushed up the middle by DeBrusk, and he's going to test Marner. Far circle on the Leafs end. Marner back to get it, but he had to expend a little bit of energy. Marner center circle. Cranked it over the line, left side, Tavares looking for Marner. Lindholm picked it off. He eats the puck in the corner. Domi's there. Into the slot. Nylander shoots, blocked by Marchand. The captain will crank it up the left side, back into the Leafs end. No icing here. 1 minute to go. Here's Riley. He'll chug out to the neutral zone. Bertuzzi relays for Domi. Puck sent into the slot. The Bruins lift the stick. Bang it over to the near side. Whacked by Marchand's high stick, back into the Leafs end. 45 seconds left. Now Nylander near side, trying to get to a puck at his home blue line. He's got it. Over the line left side of the near wall, Tavares. Met there by McAvoy. Sent out in front. Swayman the save. Rebound. Domi. Try to spin it back out in front. Domi. High slot. Domi shoots. Blocked. Far circle. It's Marchand. He'll bank it up the left side. This is going to float toward the empty net. Just off the side of the cage, we have icing with 18.5 seconds remaining in the third. Bruins 3, Leafs 1.
Yeah, tried to bank shot that time, did Brad Marchand. Tried to go off the wall and down. I mean for it to go for icing, but time running down. Toronto's going to make a couple of changes. And the Bruins shorten the bench on the defensive side of things. Wotherspoon and McAvoy as a pair. Lindholm and Carlo as a pair here down the strip.
Face off in the near circle, the Bruins end.
That was Wotherspoon who cleared that puck on the rebound attempt.
Kampf will take the draw against Coyle. Coyle wins it. McAvoy back of the net. Bertuzzi tried to strip it. Chipped over to the near side. Nylander with 13. Shoots. Blocked. Rebound to the Bruins. Here's Coyle. Up right wing to Pastrnak. Shakes over the line right side. Tried to get off a shot denied by Nyes. Marchand with a hit on Nyes. Far side. It's Coyle. The horn's going to sound. The Boston Bruins with a brilliant defensive performance here in Game 4. They have pushed the Toronto Maple Leafs to the brink of elimination. The Bruins taking both road games in Games 3 and 4 at the Scotiabank Arena. And for the second consecutive game, Brad Marchand has your game winner. Your final here in Game 4. Bruins 3 and the Maple Leafs 1. Beersy and I will bring you back for the post-game show in a moment on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.